Hey, Danelle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Tim's back.
Everybody up for a big weekend, a good weekend? Anybody got real estate stuff or any fun stuff?
Real
I
estate
got,
stuff.
yeah, I got open houses all weekend.
That's good. That's your bread and butter right now, isn't it?
It is.
That's good.
You had some new construction stuff going on too, didn't you, Jennifer?
Um, I I just did a couple of newer videos on some new construction, but
Okay.
nothing. I don't think anything specific. No.
Okay. Okay. Couldn't remember. We just had a closing yesterday from our new construction funnel, so that was cool.
Oh yeah, I have. As far as I'm sorry, I was thinking actual literal new construction, but yeah, I've had a couple of closes from my new construction funnel.
Nice.
Wonderful. Hey, Roger.
Roger, we're going to see you in Texas, I hear.
Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, I
Man,
didn't
y'all
unmute
better
myself.
bring your all speedos and bathing suits. So
No,
Yeah.
you're
I'm
us
looking forward to
lagging. Good. Oh, what? Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys in person for the first time. So
No, it'll be fun.
Yeah, we are too.
Russ
I'm
Lagan's down there for the I think the build event. There's a build event going on this week too. And anyway, he's from is it Michigan or Montana? Which one's Russ from?
Michigan. He's in Michigan.
Anyway, I saw a video pop up with him yesterday and he had just walked out of the airport, and he was like, "What the heck is this heat?" Down there in Dallas. So it's hot. It's like I think they're running about 100 right now, but sometimes down there they get to like 110.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
wow.
up here in the Sioux Falls area, this last week with heat indexes, we had areas within 2 hours of Sioux Falls that the heat index was 135.
oh my goodness.
So it has been unbearably hot up here.
I didn't know anybody up there got that hot at all.
Oh, yep, we get pretty warm, but yeah, like Sioux Falls itself last weekend with heat index, we were like 115.
Wow. Crazy, crazy. Well, who has something to talk about this week or actually bring up or um questions? Anything amazing happened this week you want to share, maybe for encouragement for others? Who wants to go first?
I will if nobody wants to outrank me.
Okay, you're up. You're
So,
Uno.
um, one question. Actually, Andy, I'm looking forward to meeting you also too. I've been looking at your face all week long. I've been going through your class, and
I'm
so
sorry.
Oh,
oh
Lord have
no,
mercy.
I'm
no.
sorry too, Roger. Sorry you have to
Uh,
endure that.
No, I'm trying to get my YouTube channel up and going and all that stuff. One thing I did I've been talking to some different people just going through this whole thing, and currently I'm on BoldTrail, and I talked to somebody on tracked ROI with the office meeting the other day, and they strongly encouraged me to get on Lofty. They said it was a much better site to be on as far as what's doing now and what it's doing in the future, and they're supporting that one, and just kind of want to pick you guys' brain a little bit on that.
Jeff, you switched over from Bold Trail to that, didn't you?
I just did a switch. Yeah. Which I guess the reason they let me switch outside of my 1 year date is because we're set up as a domestic team, my wife and I. So if you have a team, or, if a team wants to switch, you can switch early. Otherwise, I think they're being. I'm hearing different things. I'm hearing that that there's a EXP is looking at it right now, like they might allow people to switch outside of their 1 year date
Hmm.
because of what Lofty is doing. I just got it. I literally like just set up my login and password like 2 days ago. I've not dug into it at all. So it's on my list to go through some of the stuff and really get it set up. I don't have it set up yet. But from what I'm hearing, talking to some of these guys and just looking, it's like just the AI component to it is huge and what it's doing. and it's working really well from what I'm hearing. I don't know a whole lot about it yet, so but I did make the switch over.
Huh. So I
So,
had Lofty when I was at Real before I left, but um I when I came to EXP, everything that I heard was like Bull Trail's the
Bolt
place
Trail,
to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
So
And that's what it's been. It's and both they're both good for what they do. The Bold Trail's awesome. I mean, I'm not down on Bold Trail. Just talking to like with the funnel guy, talking to Glenn and Woods and some of these guys with the funnels and just what they're seeing with Lofty, the AI piece of it, um, is just big. I mean, it's you know there's an
oh
AI agent on there, I guess, like even like calling, setting appointments, this kind of stuff. And there's just like it's just way out in front right now. It doesn't mean that Bold Trail wouldn't catch up to it, but I looked at it, whatever. I went ahead and made the switch. So you're fine with Bold Trail, Jennifer. I mean, that's what
yeah.
so many people are using it. It's just
So,
Well, and I was familiar with Bull Trail somewhat coming into EXP, so I learned something new.
yeah.
so curious, Jennifer, like since you've had both, do do you have any like input, especially for what Roger's asking? Like, do
So
you?
I was a newer agent coming in using
Lofty.
using Lofty. So, there were a lot of aspects that I really didn't get a time to dive down into.
I got
But
you.
as far as like the website, I feel like their website builder is so much better than Bold Trails. Because Bold Trails, you have to like pay for every little thing that you want to do
Yes.
on the website, whereas
Yeah.
Lofty had a lot of different things that I could do and customize. Um, I could really build my page out exactly how I wanted to, and I didn't have it. It wasn't hard. So that from that, just the website part of it, I feel like there's a big difference. I really liked Lofty's options and website better. Now, Jeff, if you switch to Lofty, do you have to go through the whole rechanging of your IDX through your local MLS?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to switch. It's gonna be a process, which I hate,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it took me quite some time to get mine switched between
I think
the
I think the
two.
IDX switch for me will be simple, but it's just setting everything back up again, and
Yeah.
starting at ground zero. Like I'm just like.
So do
So
you have the option to keep your Bold Trail for like so you can have your website for like another month or two while you transition, or is it just like cutoff date and
I did look like my Bold Trail is still set up. If I go to I don't know if I have access to the back end of it. The front page is there, the home page is there, the public can see it. I mean, I looked at that yesterday,
okay.
but I have not tried to log in. I don't use it a whole bunch. I mean, I'm using a Tractor OI and Go High Level for
I was gonna
95% of what
yeah.
I'm doing right now with all the funnel leads and stuff are coming in there, you
I've been
know.
using reminder
So I
media
think,
a
but
lot too.
what's that? I'm sorry.
I said I've been using reminder media a lot too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For some other stuff. Yeah. So Roger, like with you, I mean, what do you have right now? You have Bolt Trail right now, Roger?
Yeah, I have Bolt Trail, and I switched over from, when I switched to EXP from Next Home, I had Bold Trail there also too, and I've switched everything over, but nothing carried over as far as, the um, all the reminders and, the
Right.
campaigns and all that stuff. So it really hasn't been turned on yet.
Yeah.
So I'm also thinking, do I want to, um, switch to the Lofty just because of the AI stuff? And, before I'm kind of like revamping everything right now.
Right. Right.
And, with doing the YouTube stuff and this and that. So I'd rather just, it's kind of like pulling the Band-Aid off. I'm in mid-process right now, and just I'd rather just do it all at once and just get it all over with, and just start on a fresh program. And one of the things with the follow-up is what I'm really concerned about right now. And if Lofty does a better job of that, then I'd rather just go with that. even if I have to pay for it, if EXP won't let me switch over, I might even just pay for it just because
Yeah.
I want to get it all done in one. I want to roll it all out and just have it all,
Right. I know
done.
what Glenn was showing, and Glenn, if you've met Glenn, what Glenn was showing me as far as with the funnels with Lofty, what it's doing. I mean, like their drip campaigns are awesome, but then the AI piece of that, the way it responds to people when they respond in the drip, and it'll put them in a different drip automatically based on their
Mhm.
response. Like it does all these. The AI component to it was really really good. The way it handles and they have campaigns that go out like it'll automatically put them in a 272-day campaign.
Yeah.
Whenever based on how they responded to something, whatever. Like it's just there's the AI piece of it is what. So now again, like my leads coming in, I've got leads coming in through a funnel. They're coming into my attract ROI. What they're doing now, like for people who have Lofty, I think is they're using like a go high level as far as your ads and setting up all your ads. Because the one thing that Lofty, he said, doesn't do with you can set up Facebook ads with Lofty, but you can't customize them. It's just like here's their set ad, which so like with us, they're setting up all the ads through the ad manager piece of Go High Level for Facebook, which we can customize. We can put our own copy in there, we can put our own images in there, all that kind of stuff. Whatever. And then the leads that are coming in, if you have Lofty, they're taking those leads and putting those leads into Lofty instead of into Attract ROI or Go High Level. So I don't know. I mean, and again, it's all working together. I don't
So,
think
so when you say they put them in there, so like right now I'm on the new construction campaign, so it goes into their campaign, and I don't really I want to modify that a little bit too because I've been
for sure.
monitoring that a little bit. And the first question that comes out is says, if you bought a new home, where would it be? They've already replied to an ad that is specific to Bradenton, Florida. And so I think that's a silly question to ask, but uh,
Right. I followed Tim's lead on that, where I provided him a big list of homes. Whatever. Are there any specific areas that you would want to live? I think I have a question there. How can we narrow this list down? Because it's a big list, and I'm getting some good responses on that.
okay.
And that was something I picked up from Tim, and I don't know. Roger, are you under? Who are you with? Who did you sign up with EXP with?
With
Tim?
Tim.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because and Tim can. They're great at Tim and Andy are great at that as far as just helping you do some customization in there with that as well. I will
I,
tell you
I,
one of the biggest responses I get on my drip is telling them kind of there's one like the second or third text they get talks about how the updated list of builder incentives and the builders right now are offering this and this, whatever, which I update this every month. I just go in and just do an update on it. But I get a lot of responses on that one. Would you like me to send you the list of incentives?
okay. Yeah,
Um,
that sounds awesome.
I do get a good response there. So anyway,
Yeah,
but
Roger, what I did is, I send out that first email saying, as promised, here's all the new construction homes in the Louisville, Kentucky area. What specific area are you looking to live in? And we'll narrow this list down for you because obviously there's a lot here. That sort of thing. That's part of the tweaking that we said we would do when you got to a certain point is go
Right.
through that, put yourself in the campaign, feel what everybody's getting, and then those are the tweaks you want to make to make it better. And I'm going to back up to 30,000 square feet or 30,000 feet altitude as your coach and tell you I would not overthink this right now. My
right,
concern is a new YouTube channel, a new brokerage. BoldTrail you're familiar with. I personally would keep it. All we care about right now is serving new construction homes to the people that respond to your funnel ad as it pertains to BoldTrail. What you want to do beyond that is okay. But I tend to lean towards if you use BoldTrail in your prior brokerage, I would stick with it until you understand attract ROI in the BoldTrail component of it, delivering the new construction properties to your funnel leads, getting your channel built, getting those people to the channel to watch those 12 new construction home tours. When you get there, then I think, okay, on my 1 year anniversary, let's talk about switching to Lofty. There are things, and Jeff, you asked me earlier this morning, and I forget what specifically we talked about on the call with Michael and Woods and them. There were
Right.
some specific questions they couldn't answer because I challenged them on why the push for Lofty now, and there were some specific things they couldn't answer that I didn't feel comfortable about.
Okay.
So, and that's back in my mind. I wish I could think of the specifics, but I would my advice to you specifically, Roger, and obviously we want to give time to the rest of the group too, but I would stick with Bold Trail. Andy knows that better, and you're going to find far greater support with Bold Trail right now. Jeff made the commitment. He's going to go to Lofty and see how it is
Yeah.
before we recommend formally that people actually look at Lofty as the new solution. And I don't know unless you've discovered something since that comment, Jeff. I don't know that you've gotten there yet and can
Not at
honestly
all.
say, oh, you absolutely have to do Lofty instead of Bold Trail. I don't think we're there yet.
Not at all. And let me say this too. Like I'm using I've been using Bold Trail like this much. So like so for those of you who are using Bold Trail and have it up and running, like absolutely, like I wouldn't switch. It's just like for me, I didn't have much in there to begin with. I'm using Attract ROI and Go High Level. Basically, that's the 95% of what I'm doing is there. Will this new piece play into it with the funnels? Possibly. We'll see where that goes. So, I mean,
I
I'm not doing much with Bold Trail other than I have a homepage and I do post some things and I get some leads from it through like some landing pages.
I can
But
tell you that
that's about
I
it.
am I'm looking into it to see if I even consider moving to Lofty, and the reason why is because Lofty seems to be a more seamless transition into connecting AI to it. So I've been connecting Claude to everything in my life pretty much and having it run it. But in that process, I learned something that I was making a huge mistake, as well as I think 99.9% of people who are diving into AI have been making the same mistake. And that is that you're not building it out correctly and you have to keep teaching it the same things over and over again, or it doesn't know the right path to reference things to pull information from that you're asking for. So what I've been doing for the past month is building out a second brain in a program called Obsidian, and it has taken up about 16 hours a day of my time of absolutely just diving into this and creating the second brain. And I know this is on a whole different level, so I don't want to get it down in the weeds. But the point is I think Lofty will. So it really, Roger, to answer your question, it depends on what you want to do. If you're just wanting a follow-up system that is jam up and runs like a Cadillac, then Bold Trail's the way to go, I think. Especially at this point, like to Tim's point, you don't want to take on too much because it's going to be like drinking from a fire hose, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're probably, some other things are going to go by the wayside if you're trying to take on too much at once, I think. So if you're used to Bold Trail, I would take Tim's advice and stick with it for now. The only reason I'm even diving into it is because it seems to be a more seamless transition to get Claude to connect to it and to run everything for me where I don't have to do basically anything once I get it set up. But if that's not your goal, then I wouldn't, and I sure as heck wouldn't try to take that on while you're trying to build out a YouTube channel, while you're trying to, figure out funnels, while you're trying to figure out attract ROI. Because then you'll go insane. So, don't
Well,
do that.
just I appreciate all your comments on this thing. Bold
Yeah.
Trail has never been my I've never really liked Bold Trail that much, and I'm pushing this off on my wife, and she's been working with it for a while, and she's not really fond of it so far, and so I'm thinking maybe a change might be better because I'm trying to rely on her a little bit to um, work with some sort of program and bring her into this um, the business part of it with the follow-ups and all that stuff.
Well,
So
yeah, if she's not happy, you got to make a change because I'm telling you, the listen, the philosophy is this is a philosophy that you need to live your life by is happy wife, happy life.
yes, I agree. So that's why I'm making changes now, and I'm just thinking if I'm making changes, let's just make them all at once and get her involved because she's um, well, Tim, I brought her in and she's still struggling with the whole thing. She doesn't like it, and I don't really like it myself, and so I'm thinking maybe it's a good time just to make a change and try something different. But I don't know.
That is a different perspective, and I respect that. Make the change. You're going to have to keep BoldTrail probably anyway. So let's use BoldTrail to serve up the landing page of the new construction properties. Your funnel should be doing all of the work to get your client to talk, get your prospect to talk to you. When they talk to you is the point in which I put them over into the CRM that I use on a daily basis. So
Okay.
I would let Attract ROI do its thing. Jeff has a campaign that he built that takes them from the 6 days to about 21 or 28 days in Attract ROI. We all know we're going to start with 100 leads and we're going to have one closing. Everything in between needs to be handled by Attract ROI. The only thing right now we're using BoldTrail or Lofty or any other system for is to deliver to provide the landing page that the new construction homes live on via IDX. I don't care if it's Lofty or BoldTrail or Sierra Interactive, which is what I personally use. I don't use BoldTrail. Not because it's bad. I just had Sierra for 2 decades and I wasn't going to switch. But I think your wife not liking it and you not liking it, that's new information. And based on that, I'd make the switch.
Yeah.
But assuming you're going to have to keep BoldTrail anyway, I'd let it serve up the new construction properties to your funnel prospects, and then move them to Lofty when they start talking to you. When you build a search and you want to start sending them very specific emails of homes that match the parameters they've told you they're looking for. I think that's probably the new plan with that wife new information.
Yeah, and just know that like with the funnels and leads coming in, like Attract ROI will do everything you need it to do. I got my newsletter going out from there. I've got all the drips going out from there, and we had a closing yesterday from there. And we have more coming. Whatever, and so it works exactly the way it needs to. Talking to
So,
some of these guys, it sounds like again, I'm playing with it right now and getting ready to set it up just to see will Lofty enhance some of that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Um,
well, Jeff, can you share some of your some of your campaigns? I guess I don't know what to call it for sure, but what you're doing as far as
why don't we do this, Roger? And again, just unless somebody else has, if there's nothing else anybody wants to talk about, but because I'm going to be in Dallas, um,
okay,
I'm happy to sit there with you. We can open up everything down there, as far as
okay,
and while we're down there, they can share any of my stuff over to your account and all that stuff. We can just do that real simple while we're there, if that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Now, again, I'm happy to talk about it on here, but I don't want to. Some people on here don't have funnels or have no interest in funnel. So I want to make sure we're just hitting everything else here that we need
No,
to
that's
hit.
that's totally fine.
So, but I'm happy to share all that with you, absolutely, or offline. We can
Okay,
meet on Zoom, but yeah, definitely, I'll be down there. I get there on Sunday, and come Monday, Tuesday, we'll have lots of time to dig
okay.
into this. So, Jamie, good to see you. Hello,
Hello, hello, good morning.
good to have you here.
So I have a question
Hmm.
kind of pertaining to the Lofty as well. So before I switched over to EXP, the brokerage that I was with, they had just kind of like onboarded with Lofty, and he was like very tech savvy. And he just had that thing going like, and it does everything. It does everything. It makes phone calls. Um responds, like you had said, to emails, to does the drip campaigns, like all of the things. I never really got, you know, into understanding how it all worked because it was still pretty new. And then I switched over. But I mean, it's intriguing because it does everything for you. And it's, you know, I mean, I know that the CRM, like everything just interlocks with each other and does its own thing. So
Right.
how, if I want, because I haven't done anything yet, but
Mhm.
like if I wanted to switch over to Lofty, is that a thing? Can I do that?
Well, you have to check. I mean, what they're doing right now, when you lock in your CRM, whatever it's going to be, it's for 1 year. And I think it's
Okay,
part of the contract that EXP has with these different CRMs that, we're not just going to be jumping all over the place all the time.
sure.
They commit
Who
to
do you check with?
just I would go into EXP World and just go in there and ask somebody. That's where I went, and they
Okay.
gave me some email address to send it to, and they said again they allowed us to switch. My time to switch was coming up in November, but they
Okay.
allowed it early because again we're essentially technically we're a
A
team,
team.
and if a
Yeah,
team
gotcha.
switches, they'll allow the team to switch.
Okay.
Not individual people on the team. The whole team makes a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Is how it was. So
Okay.
anyway, that's how it's typical. Now again, Roger, I don't know in your case. I mean, if you just got here and it's only been, I don't know how long you've been here, but if it's, depending on that,
Uh,
what they'll
yeah,
let you
it's like February, I think.
do. Okay. So you could check in. Yeah, you can ask. I did hear that one of the things that I heard was EXP was considering just kind of opening it up to everybody for like a month or something. Like if you want to switch, you can switch kind of thing. That there was talk about that because there were a lot of people talking about Lofty and again this AI piece. And here's it's all changing so fast. I mean, you know, okay, Lofty's ahead all right now on AI. BoldTrail might be ahead of Lofty in 3 months because of AI. I mean, it's just that's the challenge with all this stuff, technology. It's just and AI the way it's So part of it, I'm just kind of like, okay, like don't go after the shiny new thing, which So I don't know. There's all that piece of it as well, I think, but
True.
it's all moving very fast right now. I thought our training on Tuesday was really good. Having I forget his name came in with AI. Nick will be in with AI this coming Tuesday. He'll be back. We got some good. I'm excited for this next month of Tuesday trainings. We got. Do you guys know John Sy? Do you know John Sy, Tim, out of Canada?
No.
I mean, younger guy, but he's got like 1,300 agents in his EXP organization, but leads a team up there. He's doing just a ton of production. Like I forget how many times he's at Icon, but he did a training in EXP for them on just like how to get listings sold quickly in this market, and it's all about pricing and different things and whatever. So we got him coming in one Tuesday. He's set up, I think, on the 18th. But anyway, got some good stuff coming this month for sure. And Jeanette, how are you?
Hello,
You're muted.
There she is. We
Good
got her there.
morning.
Morning. Thank you.
We're seeing you. It's kind of like let's see. It's like this. It's like when I talk. It's like when I FaceTime my mom. I get this is what I get when I FaceTime my mom. I'm like, Mom, hold your camera down. Hold your phone down. She'll move it down. Then it just slowly goes like it's forehead
Hey,
time with my mom.
real quick, Jeff, to answer that last question, I just looked it up. If you want to switch your Bold Trail to Lofty or vice versa or whatever, switch over to Close, whatever, you can email expertcare@exprealty.com. I'll put it in the chat and they'll
Okay,
answer that question for you as to when you can switch or if it costs you anything or whatever.
sure. That's and that when you say that, that's the email that I had. It was that right there
Yep.
for sure. Cool. What else is happening? What else can we help with? Melanie, good to see you. Danelle, any questions at all? It's good to see
Yeah,
you
I got
here.
a few things.
Yeah, go ahead. Jump in.
Well, some of the things are just what I learned this week that I thought I would let people know because it was kind of helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
And because a lot of every day at 11, except Wednesday, we have the meeting. the Zoom. And then I've been doing the fast cap, which is Monday, not Tuesday, then Wednesday and Thursday. So I got some tips from different people.
Sure.
So yesterday I was talking with Eric on Zoom, and I was asking him about, like, people like me and others that are just getting going and reaching out to people that are already really successful and trying to word it properly to get them to talk to you or to talk to Eric or Sean. But anyway, he said if I were to use the term, my role in this is to get you to speak with you, Jeff, or my role in this is trying to see if you'd be interested in talking and telling them a little bit about it. So it kind of takes the pressure off of us being the expert and us having all of the answers. Okay.
Right.
So I like that tip, just saying my role. Okay. On one of the calls this week, the AI guy was saying that normally it's not 3 or 4 times that you reach out to a person. It's actually about 7 times before they answer that. That was on a fast cap. I forget who said it, but it was on a fast cap. Now, interesting. On Monday, there was a guest speaker. I believe his name was Jesse. And he has a totally different way of reaching out. Instead of immediately trying to call, he sends a text message because it kind of breaks the ice. And he said that he does them in clumps of 10, whereas like Eric would say 5. But Jesse said that he likes to do 10. And out of the 10, 5 is crickets. You don't hear anything. 3 are not now, and 2 are a yes, that are open to communicating. So I want to go back and watch that one because for me, if I could get a little bit of an icebreaker before I try to call them, it just would feel a little bit better. So I'm considering that. I did want to know every fast cap day before they get going, they call it housekeeping. And it's a reminder for us to make sure that we do everything very, very legally and proper. So is all of that checked whenever funnels are in an ad? I mean, are we good, or are we supposed to check that ourselves?
No, I mean, the ads that they're going to set up with you for the funnels are fine. I mean,
They're
those
okay?
that's
right.
all. Yeah, we've been doing those funnels for several years.
Okay, they started with about 1,500 on the fast cap on the first day, and they're already down to less than 400. That's about how many 400 to 500 are still there. Others just kind of went away. Yeah. But I always learn something every day from that. So they're going to be starting the next group, and I would recommend it for just to get some good tips. And you can ask things well in the chat. And Roger, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We were talking about the gimbal, remember?
Yes.
This is the one I got. I don't know if you can see it. Oh.
Is it
Smart? Okay. Oh, you muted yourself. Didn't know. You hit something.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
Go on Google or whoever, Chat GPT or Grok, and try to find out which one will work with your phone, because they don't always work with every single phone. So you want to buy the right gimbal.
I have one ordered, and it's supposed to come in today. So
good.
I can't remember which one I ordered, but
okay.
But no, I do appreciate that.
All right. I didn't mean to forget you. So, all right, that's all. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Dana. Very cool. Nancy, how are you getting along with everything? Brand new over here, head spinning.
I'm doing fine. I have a open house tomorrow.
Okay,
so
good.
hoping it's going to go well.
Good for you. Is it one of your listings or one that you're doing for somebody else? Okay.
Oh, it's a EXP agents listing.
Okay. Very cool. Sounds good. Well, yeah, good luck with that. So, cool, Kathy, I got your message. You can make me a host now if you want, or Tim's a host. Tim, do you need to leave too?
Yeah, in just a few minutes.
Okay. What, Andy, are you gonna? Can you stick around?
Yep.
Make Andy the host just in case my Wi-Fi goes out again. It's back on right now, but it's been doing dumb stuff all morning. If I'm the host and my Wi-Fi goes out, this meeting is over. So
Have you
anyway,
gotten a new computer yet, Jeff?
I haven't yet. No.
Aha! I think we found the problem.
No, it's not the computer. I'm
Yeah,
on my
that's what they
laptop.
all
Hold on.
say.
As a
I know.
as a
I
co-host, I cannot make him the host. Whoever the host is needs to do that.
am I the host? Shoot. Let
Yep.
me see if I can do it.
I
Maybe I
think you are.
can. Maybe Kathy made me the host. Okay, I'm gonna make Andy is the host now.
Got it.
All right, cool. Tim, I'll see you
So
in
that's the end
Dallas.
of the meeting. See y'all next week.
Yeah, guys, we have this event going on in Dallas. And I would recommend it, the next time they do one, we'll get the word out. Anybody that can come. Um, they're they jump around and do them. They did one in I think Naples, Florida, a couple of months ago. They'll probably do another one. I'm going to guess that they'll do another one for the end of the year. But it's just a 2-day event. It's Michael Woods or Michael Reese and Woods Davis. These guys, that are, and you guys that are doing the funnels. You're set up with these guys with the funnels. But it's a great 2-day event. I mean, one day focused on buyers, one day focused on sellers, and just good systems, tools, scripts, practices, just all the stuff. It's so good. I'm really looking forward to it again. So anyway, so we're heading down there. A bunch of us on Monday, Tuesday for that event. So it's going to be good. Quick reminder too, EXPCon is coming up. That's coming up quicker and quicker. So you can if you go to freedomteamsupport.com, go to our Freedom Team website, and right at the top of the page, there's the link. You can get all the details on that. If you want to come join us over there, I think we'll all be out there. It's in Salt Lake City. It's not a cheap event. It's, I don't know, what is it now? $800, something like that for the event. But, plus your flight and hotel. Of course, it's a nice write-off. We all need the write-offs if you're closing many deals. But a great event. There'll be a good probably 8,000 people there, EXP, and a really great event. Definitely one to get to if you can. Lots of good breakout sessions, lots of good trainings. The big general sessions are always good. So, see you, Tim.
See you all. Thank you.
Okay.
Roger, I'll see you Sunday, brother.
All right, sounds good.
So,
Jeff, I have a question for you about the XPCon because I've been on the fence on this one.
Yeah.
We're actually planning a trip to go up. My son actually lives in Salt Lake City, so we're going to
Okay.
go out no matter what.
Okay.
But whether I attend or I don't attend, that's kind of been one of the things. And my wife is not a licensed realtor, so
Okay.
I've seen that on this, or I've been trying to fish around on the site, that you can get some sort of social, uh, whatever. I don't know.
I think if you buy a ticket, you can bring a guest that's not like it's not with EXP. You can bring like a guest with you. They give you like some sort of a pass. I forget what they call it. Because there's been a lot of people that have come to EXPCon over the years who were not with EXP. Like the percentage of those people who become agents with EXP is huge. I mean, it's
Well, I saw that too. It's like you get a free ticket to bring somebody that's a licensed agent. She's not a licensed agent,
oh,
so
I see. Right. Okay. Yeah. Good question. I don't know
so
why you couldn't bring her, but I don't know. I would probably go into EXP world, maybe, and ask in there somebody,
yeah, that's what it's going to probably do. And
find that
you're
out.
right, it is a little pricey, so I just didn't
Even
know.
though, Roger, even though she's not licensed, and we've done this before, I think you can get a special pass because she does help you with your real estate business. She's basically, you could list her as like your assistant or your TC or your admin, whatever you want to call her. And I think you can, it's an extremely reduced price or it's free. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I would jump in EXP World and ask somebody.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
that's
that because I really wanted to attend, but it's just like, it is quite a bit of money. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's maybe it's well worth it because I know networking is, you know,
Well, one of the things that really happens
super.
there, yeah, if you go out there, I mean, I don't know, we've picked up over the years, I mean, we've had referrals that we've gotten from people we've met at EXPCon, you know? And I
Yeah.
mean, so, you know, you start just network, you know, you're just in with these classes and you're meeting people from all over the country. And so that's one of the best things is just, you know, you get to meet some people. One referral more than covers the whole cost of the event. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah.
anyway, it's well worth that piece of it for sure. But we will be doing probably I know we're going to plan like just a freedom team event. We did it last time in Florida when it was down there. It was a lot of fun. Just had one night after the event where we all got together. I don't know, there's probably 100 of us that were there in that place. It was good, a lot of fun.
Well, I might just do it for that because I appreciate the Freedom Team a lot. So
Yeah, no, it's good to have you. So, and Jeanette, you got your hand raised. Your arm's getting tired. I'm sorry. I just noticed that. There you
Okay, thank you. I know, I think you mentioned that, just a quick question, with the Facebook ads, the new construction, that's what I have, the funnel.
go. Hmm.
Any more tips to, so far I have no good success on reaching out. Most of them are not qualified, they're um, no income. So it's like, so far and then I always get a lot of hang-ups, that I tried Andy's tip to text them first, but they won't answer, or I mean, I'm just not having a good,
Okay.
good lead far. So any more tips, or I mean, it's just
Are
kind of
you, so let's go back. So what are you getting? You're getting leads from your ad.
yeah.
Okay. So the ad's not the problem. It's just the people that are coming in. You're saying you're getting a lot of, how many leads do you have so far?
I think over 100 now.
Okay. Okay. Um, all right, and is there anybody at all that you're working with yet out of that?
Uh, it's only one, but she said she's not gonna sell her home in Montana. And she has she just moved here. She's a nurse at VA, but she said she wants to be to see the place first, and then wants to move in a year.
Okay.
But the rest, yeah, but the rest were like, I was able to get hold of some people, but they're not really qualified for this.
Okay.
They ghosted me after one conversation.
Okay. And you're gonna get that. Hey, have you are you doing any kind of newsletter yet to them?
Oh no, yeah.
That's something I would recommend doing, first of all, just because, you know, it's a way to keep putting your stuff out there in front of them. I do a newsletter every Monday that goes out to everybody. And I started that when I had probably about 60, 70 people in there. If you go into Digital President, into the Cash Cow Funnel training, pillar number 2 is about your newsletter. There's about a 15-minute video in there that'll walk you through how to put a newsletter together. And I'm happy to show you what I'm doing or whatever. I mean, it'll show you how to structure it, whatever, how to do it. But you know, I can give you some ideas with it for sure. My newsletter every week, I send out like a market update. Starts with a market update. We do one of our video tours. I put that in there, like a video tour of the week. You know, whatever. I'll do a search from like my BoldTrail page, what I've been using. I searched that to Lofty here in a minute, but like I'll do different kinds of searches. I'll do like one week, I'll do a list of all the first time buyer homes. I've done a list of all the fixer uppers. I've done a list of $1 million and up. You know, I've done a list of free list of, you know, whatever, you know, brand new on the market in the last 30 days. Here's a list of all the price reductions in the last 30 days. Here's a list of all the townhomes. You know, I mix it up every week as far as just, you know, and just there's a little thing about that. Um, and it takes them back to my Bold Trail page where they can look at some of those properties, but I want them to just start clicking around on there and become a lead out of that, even, you know. I'll put an article from like realtor.com, or like right now I've got Nick Krem's
site that I'm doing. Roger, I saw you on there yesterday with Halo.
Yeah.
So it's doing blogs 3 times a week. So I'm taking one of those blogs and I'm putting it in the newsletter. So it's just 4 or 5 different things in there, and I send that out every Monday. Now when you do your first one, it'll take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to put it together because you're building it. But then the next week, all you're doing with Attract ROI, I just go and I just clone it, and then all I'm doing is replacing articles, and just so then it takes me. I mean, I'm done in 20 minutes easily with that new newsletter.
Is
You
this
know,
something is this something you can put together to teach us how to do this? It seemed a lot for me, but I'm willing to learn. So I
say,
need
say it again. Is ask me again. What you cut out there on my end? What was your question? Is it something what?
this is something I really want to learn and want to do, but it might take me a while. But is there something you
But
can kind of
here's what I say. What do this, internet? Watch that. Go into Cash Cow Funnel. Watch that. Just that little
use that?
section on building a newsletter. And if you have
Oh,
questions out of that, reach out to me. I'm happy to get on and help you with it. But if you
okay.
watch that, it's going to explain it, like how to build it. Pretty simple. But then what I do is I go in and here's what I do. Like I go in and I select all my leads, all of them, and I send them the newsletter. They
All
all
of
get
them.
it. Yeah. I got people I haven't talked to ever. I've got people that have unsubscribed. They don't get it, whatever. But I've got people that, we talked to one time and I haven't talked to them in 4 months. But I'm
Mhm.
keeping my stuff in front of them every week.
Okay. I get
And
it.
so, and you will get somebody, all of a sudden you got that one that came in, they were unsure when they were going to buy, they're 6 to 12 months out or something, or your lady
Mhm.
that's even a year out. It's like you just want to keep nurturing her along so that there's no question who she's going to work with when the time is right to work with you, or for her to buy a home. She's going to pick you. And
So
so
that's and you incorporate this newsletter to your attract ROI.
it's all done in Attract ROI.
Okay,
You're
this is
building, you're building it in Attract ROI, and you're going to send it out to all of your leads that are in Attract ROI.
There's a training in there, Anjanette, in the back end of Attract ROI in your cash cow funnel training that will teach you how to build the newsletter.
Yeah.
okay.
Pillar number
Right.
2 in the cash cow funnel is about your newsletter. So do that, and I'm happy to send you one of mine. You can take whatever you want. I mean, just it'll give you like the again. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just here's what I'm doing. It's working. You know, we do. I'm getting probably about a 30% open rate on that right now, which is good for any kind of email marketing, basically. So
Okay.
people will read it. It's keeping me in front of them. Um, Yeah. So that's one thing to do if you haven't done that, but keep
Oh,
going with it. It's just now there's little things you can do too along the way. I mean, just, we get people that don't qualify. We get people that, whatever. No, we're just looking. No, whatever. We saw your ad. I mean, you'll get all kinds of stuff on there. And that's what they'll tell you. Like 300 leads, you should have 3 closings. You might get, you might get a closing out of your first 25 leads that come in. You
mhm.
might get 3 closings out of the last 25 leads out of the 300. You know what I mean? It's just like they just know that 300 leads should lead to 3 closings, which again sounds very little, but when you're at $4, $5, $6 a lead, it's a great return on your money. And I would say that's exactly where we are right now, my wife and I with ours. I mean, we've got, I don't know, 228 leads in there right now, something like that over the last like couple 3 months. We had a closing yesterday. We got more that we're working with right now. Whatever, showing them homes. We have another lady under contract closing, I think,
Wow.
here in August. I mean, so we're pretty much on track for that 300 leads, 3 closings.
Do you call them like all of them, like soon as, like a lot? Or
If I'm
how
available, if I see that I have a lead coming in, I get that call on my phone, a tractor ROI lead call, whatever. If I'm free, I will answer that and try and connect to them. Now, again, it's 1 out of 10 that will actually pick up the call when that call comes into them. They don't recognize the number and
they
whatever.
don't?
So now the other 9, I will try calling them. I'll try calling them all like for a couple days maybe, but then I just let the system work. I
Okay.
don't reach them. Now,
Yeah.
here's one thing I will tell you. This has been good. Is like I don't do it every week, but about every 3 weeks or so, whatever, I will go in like on usually on Thursday, and I'll I'll filter out the people who came in as a now or a 1 to 3 months. I'll filter out those people, and I'll
Mhm.
send them all a text.
Okay.
Whatever, just
What?
hey John, hey Sue, whatever, and I'll just say, just checking in. Hope you've had a good week. Are there any homes you have any questions about? Are there any homes you'd like to get out and see this weekend? We're working on getting our schedule together for the weekend. Let us know. If not, have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. And it's funny because you'll get some. Every time I do it, I'll get replies back. Not from everybody, but you'll get something like, hey, thanks for checking in. We're good for now. That's fine. I got a reply. Whatever. It might be something like, hey, not this weekend, but no, we'll be in touch. Whatever. We might have some time next week. We do have a question about this house, on this address, whatever. What can you tell us about this one? Like, again, I'm generating responses every time I do it. I don't do it
Okay.
every week because I don't want them to just unsubscribe like you're making me crazy. But I will do it like about every 3 weeks with that group. I will just filter out that group. You
Mhm.
know, One thing I'll show you real quick because this is something.
You track ROI, the text,
What's
Jeff.
that? I'm sorry.
You use a track ROI to text them.
100%.
Okay.
Andy, can you let me share my screen? Now that I'm not the host, I can't.
Yeah, if you send a request.
Um, just make me a co-host. It says here, it's not.
What are you in under as EXP Freedom Team?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Kimmy's
There you
under
go.
the account. Okay. Here, let me just show you guys one thing real quick because I know most everybody on here is doing funnels or getting ready to. One of the things that I do in here, and let me filter out. I got expired and canceled listings coming in here right now every day. Um, Let me filter out new construction, new leads. So these are how they come in from your ads. They're all tagged new construction, new lead. Now, what this does not do, like if I click on JDina right here, I do this with every lead that comes in. I'm getting, you get 1 to 3, 4 leads a day coming in from your ads, right? So I go right over here. If you pull up their contact card, whatever, over here, Facebook lead form, this is the form that they filled out from your ad. Okay. This is what brought them into your Attract ROI system. So in here, this is what I do. I just look in here and I find out this question right here. When are you interested? Because that's one of the questions they answered. And she says now. So what I do is, hold on a minute, I got to move my Zoom thing. I go over here. I created some tags. So in your settings, right over here under tags on the left, settings and then tags, you can create tags. Up here at the top right, new tag. You just make a tag. So I did a now, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and unsure. Because that's the 5 options in the Facebook lead form that they fill out. Okay, it asks them when are you looking to buy a home, or when what is your time frame, whatever it asks. It gives them those 5 options, and they check one of those. So I've got all those tags in here. So now when I go to the contacts, go back here. So like for Jadina, I went to her lead form right here, and she said now. So I go right over here under her name, right here, tags. Click that plus sign to add a tag, and I added that now tag. So I've got that on every one of my leads that come in. I've added that tag because now I can filter by that tag. Okay. And I can also see it right over here on the right, really easy. Like here's a 2 nows, 3 to 6 months, unsure, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, unsure. Those are tags that I made up myself and I added in there based on that form that they filled out. Does that make sense? Yeah. So here's what I can do. I can go over here to the filter part. I can filter out, new construction, new lead. In fact, let me just remove that. I'm gonna take that out. Let me clear that. Hold on. You can go right over here, filter, add filter. Oh, come on. Hold on a second. If I go to filters, scroll down to tag, pick tag, and I could just select now. Apply that one. Here's all the nows. Okay. So if I want to, and I could also, if I wanted to add to that, I could do like I do the now. I might add a filter. I'll do another tag, and I'll go 1 to 3 months. Because those are the people I'm assuming they're out looking. They might be looking this weekend, So I want to be the one that they come to. So I could do this. I could go right here. If I select them all, and then I go over here under more, send SMS. And I got to name it. I just, whatever, text about, oh, come on. Text about weekend. There's my number. I don't have a template. So I could do this, hi. And then right here, custom value. I'm going to put in their first name. So contact, first name. Hope you've had a good week. Are there any homes you have any questions about? I'm going to do this right now. Are there any homes you would like to see this weekend? Let us know. Happy to help.
I would send that in drip mode, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff and Lane. So yeah, send in drip mode. Pick a time. I'll do today. I'll just start this at 10:15.
Andy, this is recorded, right? So I can come back and then maybe copy it.
It is recorded, but let me tell you, it's going to be probably blanked out on this section. And the reason why is because Jeff is sharing personal information of his contacts, and YouTube will ban the video if I don't block this out.
I can get on with you, Anjanette, and we can do this. Okay.
Yeah.
But I could do like, what would you send out? Probably how many in what do you think?
I would send out about 10 of them every 20 minutes until it finished all of them. And the reason why is because if they start texting you back or calling you back, you don't want to be inundated with
Yeah.
because a lot of them are going to call you.
Yeah. I'll do 5. I'll just do 5 after 5 every. Let's do 5 every 15 minutes. There's 72 of them. It'll take it a few hours to get through, but totally fine. And boom.
This is cool. Yeah, I'd like to learn how to
So
do
now here
that.
in 15 minutes, they're all going to, 5 at a time are going to get that text. And they'll go through all 72 of those over the next, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. They'll get that text.
Mhm.
So again, it's just, if anything, like if some of these people I've never talked to, some of them I've talked to, some of them they're on a drip, whatever, but they're all going to get that text over the next little bit. It's going to put my name back in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And So anyway, that's something you can do with this. If I wanted to send them all an email, I could, I'd go right up here again and select them all, and you can send them an email. You can
That's
do
good.
different things with different groups, but I like having these tags on there because I can filter out that specific group of people. I don't want to send the people that are 6 to 12 months out or unsure or, whatever. Like, I don't want to bother them every time. But these now in 1 to 3 months,
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
actively looking for stuff. So,
Thank you.
so that's something that I can do every so often. I hadn't done it for a few weeks. As we're doing, I'm like, I should do this right now.
Jeff, I'll probably forget those. Is there a way I can email you and then you can just email me back the how?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, here, let's do this because what we can do is here.
Details, I know what you're trying
I've
to
got
do, but
another Zoom I got to jump on. I've got a busy day here, but I'm happy to set up a time with you to get on a Zoom. And
yeah.
we spend 15 minutes and I can walk you through it. And we can
Okay.
record it and send it to you. Happy to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So in fact, if you want to do that later, do you have time today?
Not today on Friday. Maybe next week
Reach
or
out next week. I'll be out of town Monday, Tuesday at that Dallas event. Wednesday on. We'll get on here and do it. Okay. Cool.
thanks, Jeff. Thanks,
Yep,
Andy.
for sure. Lots of ways to use this. So I know a lot of you guys are doing funnels or building them up. And so that's something, but I'm happy to, there's things you'll figure out as you get going with all this. So anyway, good stuff. And Roger, I'll see you down there in Dallas. We'll go through some of this stuff.
Yeah, that's been amazing to me. I didn't even realize you could do that.
There's
So
all kinds of
I'm
stuff.
you've kind of blown my mind a little bit on what I
You.
can do, what I can actually do.
You
So
want me to
There's
really blow your mind?
I do.
So I don't even do what Jeff does. Claude actually sends me an email with my newsletter every Monday morning. Claude does my newsletter for me, sends it
okay.
to me so I can approve it. Once I approve it, it goes into my Attract ROI system and it sends out the email for me.
That's awesome.
And then it also filters out all of my contacts and it tells me which ones have been active within the past, say, 72 hours. And it'll send me an email with that list saying these people need to be contacted within the next 24 hours. So Claude is digging through my CRM, doing everything Jeff just did. Claude's doing it for me.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
I have to pick your brain when we're in Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. Me too, actually. So that's awesome.
Well, I'm creating a second brain, so I could probably just download it to you. So I'm building out a second
That
brain in Obsidian,
that
but
that would be
that's a
awesome.
that's a whole
No,
different
I,
level to go down.
no, I'm learning so much from you guys. It's like blowing my mind what you can do and what you can't do and what, well, I shouldn't say you can't do. It's blowing my mind what you can do. So
And it changes by the hour. I mean, the
Yeah.
AI technology is literally changing by the hour. So I
yeah.
mean, it's getting exponentially better, which is
Wow.
crazy.
I'm excited right now for I built out, I finally just turned it on. I turned it on Tuesday. I've got a service I'm paying for. It's like $70 a month, but I'm getting expired and canceled listings every day, automatically being put into my Attract ROI. Um, at Starts at 8 a.m. in the morning. They all get a voicemail drop from me, followed by a text and an email. And then the next day they get a text. The next day they get an email. And then 3 days, like 2 days later, they get another voicemail drop. It goes for 30 days. And I'm getting, like, the other day, I had 5 people call me, which is what I want. I don't want to call the expireds. I know maybe it's just being lazy, but I know they're getting bombarded by 30 other agents in town.
I don't want to call anybody.
Well, exactly. I mean,
I'm with you, Andy. I don't want to do that either.
yeah, I mean, so it's just, so that's part of it. Is like, and I know that what happens with these expired listings, they all get bombarded for 2 or 3 days, and then it all dies out. So I've got my campaign going for 30 days, and so I think that consistency, I want to see what that does. But I'm getting, I mean, I had like 5 calls the other day from expired listings calling me, and we're having conversations. My goal is to go get the listing, you know, and so just trying to find out at that point like what they're looking to do. And I had one guy I talked to, and he was overpriced, and he's not in a hurry, and I don't need to sell. And no, I just wanted to see what the market would do this summer, but now we'll probably wait till next summer. And this was a 2-minute conversation because I'm just not looking to go in there, relist the house at the same price or higher, because it's like, it's not going to sell. Waste my time. But I got one guy I'm talking to right now that, wants to get to Florida, wants to get his family to Florida. They had lowered the price to 615, and at that price, their showings really picked up. But he only had it listed there for 2 weeks, and then he pulled it off the market because their kids started school on Monday. But he really wants to get to Florida. So anyway, we're talking right now. I'm working with the express offers because there might be an offer that works for them, and we're working on that right now. But if not, my goal, like, let me list it for just a month at that 615. You were having showings, and I think it's a good price for his house, honestly. So if he'll
Jeff,
just list it with me, I think we can get it done, honestly. So we'll see where
well,
that goes.
Jeff, just want to let you know I'm your Florida realtor for referrals. So
There you go. Danelle's down there too. Where are you at in Florida, Roger?
I'm in Bradenton,
Where's that?
Sarasota area,
Where's that? And Danelle, you're in
Gulf Coast.
Cape Coral. Is that right? No. Am I right? You're muted,
You're
Danelle.
muted
Where are you at?
now.
Dang, sorry about that. Ocala.
Ocala. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, you're a little north of me then.
There you go.
I know the Cape Coral area very well also too. I've spent a lot of time down there. So
Mhm.
Well, taxes are a lot less in Alabama, so Orange Beach is just
Mhm.
saying.
yeah,
Getting rid of
And
that
we're on the
property
coast.
tax.
We have those sugary white sands.
Getting rid of that property tax in Florida.
I
Yes,
know that's going to be huge if it happens.
If it
huge.
happens, right.
Yeah. I got to run. I got another Zoom.
Yeah.
So good to see you guys.
All right,
All right.
thank
Jeff,
you. I
are we
appreciate all
doing
you
this?
guys.
Thank you, Jeff.